Hey everybody, this is John, and welcome to the free video. Let's take a quick look at tech. Tech is everywhere, right? So on the weekly chart of XLK, we have a beautiful weekly squeeze setting up, and on the daily chart, we have a squeeze setting up as well. But the question is like we've seen a lot of big gains in some stocks, so why is tech kind of blah here? Or more importantly, what are the setups in tech that are shaping up? So we've got Apple here that's got a weekly squeeze and is interesting. It's a little quiet, a little quiet here. It's kind of gathering some steam. Not really my favorite setup. But it's interesting. It's notable. Obviously, it's a big company. Microsoft, very similar, back and forth, back and forth. It's building up energy. You can see that a couple of times here when these weekly squeezes go on Microsoft, Bill Gates is very happy in those types of a situation. So you get some really nice moves, and there's one setting up right here. So I would say at a minimum that we could actually go up and test that fire line, but possibly build up enough energy to go through it. Now, we'll look at a couple more here in terms of squeezes. For Qualcomm has squeeze is setting up as well, and you can see, and what's happening here is like we saw that Apple was kind of quiet while Qualcomm here is at new highs. So that's why XLK has been a little sloppy here. You've got gains from some stocks that are doing well, but some of the other ones that already had big moves kind of taking a breather. So what's the strategy here? Well, for something like Microsoft, this is not at this time of year something that is like, oh yeah, this is going to happen in the next week or so. No, this is something where even though I like trades that last, say, 2 days to 2 weeks, when you've got weekly squeezes, you really do want to take advantage of that time. And when I'm seeing something like this, it's like, okay, could I buy an option that's 75 days out and take advantage of that? So I am looking at things like, could I get some March calls and just sit on them and forget about it? Things like that. So that's what I'm looking at here. And a couple reasons to do that. One, December tends to be really light volume and things can be pushed around, so there is going to be a lot of back and forth, and you really want to only play that with a small portion of your portfolio. But secondly, this has been a great trading year. I mean, it's been my best trading year, dollar for dollar, in the history of my trading, and any gains that I can defer at this point is a plus. So I like doing the idea here of doing some January, February, and March calls now and holding them into the new year, and then that way if there are any gains and I close it out, those are gains that are deferred into 2021. And so I am also thinking of that as a strategy as well. My tax bill due in April is already quite large, so might as well try to defer what I can. So that's what I got there. So hopefully it makes sense. And then from there, I have a lot of questions on Bitcoin here. I like Bitcoin. What's the best trade here? This is something like, to me, Bitcoin is like buying land. You just buy some every week. And I guess you don't buy land every week. You just buy some when it's available and it's in an area that you like. But with Bitcoin, we do have the opportunity to truly dollar cost average. I do think that ultimately we're going to see a pullback to 14,000. Obviously, I don't know for sure that's going to happen. I just wouldn't be surprised. I certainly would be a very strong buyer at that zone. But in the meantime, you figure out like, well, how many Bitcoins would you like to own? Is it one Bitcoin? Great. Well, you can buy 1/10 of a Bitcoin at a time. You can buy 1/100th of a Bitcoin at a time. Or do you want to own 100 Bitcoins? Or, if you already owned a bunch and you're holding on to them, that's great. But you can just dollar cost average every week and just, let it add up. But I do think that this is an asset class, from here, it's either going to six figures or it's going back to 5,000. And so the risk to reward is asymmetrical, meaning that your potential reward is pretty big, whereas your potential risk is pretty small. Don't trade it. Just, if you're gonna I'm gonna put 5% of my net worth into this and hold it for 10 years, that's to me is the right attitude towards this. All right. Hope it helps. You guys have a good one, and